I have a story. I met a man at a super soldier UFO conference I think it's midnight in the desert. I can't remember what it's called. High desert of California. He told me that he was part of a secret society. He'd been trained as a super soldier. He had 35 operations to implant different chips in his body in order to enhance his super soldier military abilities. Well, the last operation broke down, left him in just a heap of depression, pain. He couldn't get up from his bed. He was weeping, crying. He wanted to get out of the program, but his handlers, military handlers, wouldn't let him. He wakes up one night, the middle of the night. He's bound up by tape, completely like a mummy, and there are 3 men above him, and they torture him for the entire night. What he tells me is that in order to get out of the program, he had to be tortured out of it. You torture in or torture out. And he said then afterward he was left hopeless, but he joined a Christian denomination, a born-again Christian group, which he followed to this day. Jesus Christ was his Savior. When I asked him if he was part of the Masonic secret fraternal order, he spit the words out like they were just repugnant to him. He says, "Oh no, I belong to the secret society called the Builders," which I looked up online, and I believe that's related to the Bilderberg group. They build everything. They're architects. He worked at Long Beach State, an electrical engineer. He was part of a very wealthy family. His relatives were part of the John Deering family of huge industrial farming, tractor implements, etc. So he was fairly high up, and I don't think he was lying to me. So I believed him. He seemed pretty legitimate. Well, that's an interesting story. I decided that I'd bought this AI program and I would give the AI video production software the outline of my meeting the super soldier and the microchips that put in his body and how he had a breakdown, and he joined a born-again Christian group, found solace. Well, what's interesting about it is the video that was produced by AI program would mention everything, military, war, microchips, everything, but it refused to mention the word Jesus Christ or Christianity. I will now play this video for you and see if you can ascertain when our super soldier joined a born-again Christian church and followed Jesus Christ. He didn't. He just follows service to others, which is the new age substitute for the Christian ethic of serving others. All right? But they don't want to give credit to the Egyptian or the North African early Christian church, or give any reference to Christianity, which, as we know, we who follow Jesus Christ do believe there is a global plan to destroy the entire religion of Christianity and to get rid of the word Jesus Christ. So tell me what you think when you watch this AI video, and there's not one mention of Christianity or Jesus Christ. And that was the whole point of my story. Oh well, see what you think.
He was a weapon, forged in the fires of war. They built him to be unbreakable, relentless, a perfect instrument of destruction. But in the shadows of his strength lurked a deep despair. His days were cold, metallic, and devoid of joy. He was a prisoner in his own mind, haunted by the ghosts of his actions. Sleep offered no escape. His dreams were vivid, violent replays of his missions. Each successful operation, each life taken, weighed heavily on his soul. He was trapped in a cycle of violence, a cog in a machine that churned out misery. He longed for something more, a flicker of light in the suffocating darkness. But hope seemed a distant, fading star. He was lost, adrift in a sea of pain, his spirit slowly sinking beneath the waves. They controlled him with microchips, tiny implants that dictated his every move. His thoughts, his emotions, even his physical actions were manipulated by those who held the reins. He was a puppet, dancing to their tune, a mere extension of their will. The weight of their control pressed down on him, crushing his spirit. He felt the constant hum of the chips, a relentless reminder of his enslavement. Depression became his constant companion, a shadowy figure that whispered doubts and fears into his mind. But even in the depths of his despair, a spark remained, a tiny ember of defiance, hidden deep within his soul. And then, one day, a whisper of change, a glimmer of light pierced through the darkness. It was a message, a call to something greater than himself, a path to redemption. He encountered a group of people, ordinary individuals living extraordinary lives. They were driven by compassion, by a selfless desire to help others. They spoke of purpose, of finding meaning in service. Their words resonated deep within him, awakening something long dormant. Their message was simple. True freedom lies not in power or control, but in serving something larger than oneself. Their words were a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the storm of his despair. He saw in their eyes a reflection of the man he yearned to be. He began to question everything, the microchips, the missions, his entire existence. He realized that true strength lay not in destruction, but in compassion. The path to redemption was clear, and he embraced it with open arms. He made a choice, a radical departure from the life he knew. He would no longer be a weapon, a tool of destruction. Instead, he would dedicate his life to helping others, to righting the wrongs he had committed. His skills, once used for war, would now be used for healing. His first act of service was small, a simple gesture of kindness to a stranger, but it ignited a fire within him, a passion for making a difference. He sought out those in need, offering his strength and skills to ease their burdens. Each act of service chipped away at the darkness within him. The weight of his past lessened, replaced by the lightness of purpose. He found solace in helping others, in bringing a glimmer of hope to their lives.